Good afternoon. In this video we are going to discuss Woodward-Fisher rules. Woodward-Fisher rules are very important. Woodward-Fisher rules are useful to calculating the lambda max values of different types of dienes. Woodward-Fisher rules. Woodward-Fisher rules for dienes. Woodward-Fisher rules. Woodward formulated some empirical rules for calculating the lambda max values of dienes. Later, they modified by Fisher. Result, the rules are said to be Woodward-Fisher rules. Woodward-Fisher rules are useful to calculating the lambda max values of diene. We already know electronic spectrum looks like. Electronic spectrum looks like x-axis, y-axis. In the x-axis, we have to take the lambda maximum value. In the y-axis, we have to take intensity. Generally, bands appear in electronic spectrum. Band nothing but a broad signal. One band is responsible for one unsaturated group. Unsaturated group means one double bond. Suppose two double bonds with conjugation, two double bonds present in conjugation. The conjugated diene also gives rise to one band. That one band have a more lambda max value compared to first one. So first one having a less value, second one having a more value, more lambda max, because of compared to first one. In second one, conjugation is more. Conjugation is more means of two double bonds. Two double bonds nothing but two unsaturation, but only having a conjugation, that is considered to only one chromophore. One chromophore gives a one band, but that one band having a more lambda max, this is having a less lambda max. So this is a basic spectrum of electronic spectra. According to Woodward-Fisher rule, we can calculate lambda max values of dienes with the help of empirical rules. So empirical rules divided into two types. First one, base values. Second one, additions. First let us see base value. So base nothing but parent. Generally diene is having two double bonds. So the two double bond dienes divided into two types. First one is acyclic diene. Acyclic diene is open chain diene. Open chain diene is looks like. The open chain acyclic diene have a base value is 217 nanometer. This is a base value. Parent value is 217 nanometers. And the second type is a cyclic dienes. There are two types of cyclic dienes. First one is homoannular diene, and second one is heteroannular diene. Homoannular diene is looks like. This is a cyclic ring. The cyclic ring having two double bonds with conjugation looks like. Two double bonds present in same ring, that is considered to homoannular diene. Suppose two double bonds present in different ring with conjugation. Here two rings having two double bonds with conjugation. Conjugation means a double bond, single bond, double bond. Double bond, single bond, double. Two double bonds present in same ring, that is considered to homoannular diene. Two double bonds present in a different ring with conjugation, that is considered to heteroannular diene. Each homoannular diene have a lambda max is 253 nanometers. 253 nanometers base value. Each heteroannular diene having a base value is 214 nanometers. So these are base values. For dienes, base values acyclic open chain having a 217 nanometers, cyclic, homoannular and heteroannular. Homoannular having a 253 nanometers and heteroannular having 214 nanometers. These are base values. And the next, let us see additions. What are the additions present on base values? So that let me discuss. Now let's see additions. Additions divided into 5 types. First one, alkyl substituents. Alkyl substituents. Each alkyl substituent, let's take a plus 5 nanometer addition. Suppose a base is looks like acyclic diene. If acyclic diene have a directly alkyl part is represented with a CH or C2H5 like 1 CH3, and this is also having a CH3. In this case, let's take base value is a 217 nanometer, and each alkyl substituent, the alkyl part directly attached to conjugated system is treated to alkyl substituent. Each alkyl substituent, let's take a plus 5. So here 2 alkyl substituent, let's take a plus 10 nanometers. Plus 10 nanometers. Totally 227 nanometers lambda max for this. So this is a proforma. This is a proforma for calculating the lambda max values of diene. So in this case, alkyl substituents are 2 alkyl substituents. 2 alkyl substituents. So let's take a plus 10 nanometers, and let's take another example. This is homoannular diene. Homoannular diene have 2 alkyl substituents, like one is at bottom and second one is at top. So in this case also, let me consider to take 2 alkyl substituents. And the third example, this is an open chain. The open chain have 4 alkyl substituents. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 alkyl substituents. 4 alkyl substituents. Each one have a plus 5. 4 alkyl substituents, nothing but we have to take plus 10 addition for this diene. And next one, this is a heteroannular diene. Heteroannular diene. Suppose a alkyl substituent, one is at like and the second one is at like. Let's take a 2. And next, this is a homoannular diene. For example, 2 alkyl substituents present on like this ring, but we cannot take these 2 are alkyl substituents. I told you already, alkyl substituents means the alkyl part, alkyl groups directly attached to conjugated system. Conjugated system means directly attached to double bonded carbon atom. So at that case only we have to take alkyl substituent consideration. But in this case, this is one carbon atom, second carbon atom, third and fourth. These 4 carbon atoms only have double bonded carbons. So and the remaining these 2 carbon atoms are saturated. If saturated carbon have a alkyl substituent, we cannot take alkyl substituent consideration. So here alkyl substituents are 0. This is important. These are alkyl substituents. Each alkyl substituents, let's take a plus 5 nanometers. And next, let's see ring residues. Now let us see ring residues. Ring residues. In ring dienes, means we already know ring dienes are cyclic dienes are 2 types. Cyclic dienes are 2 types. First one is homoannular diene and the second one is heteroannular diene. Second one heteroannular diene. The unsaturated, these 2 are unsaturated carbon atom. These 2 also unsaturated. The unsaturated carbon atom directly attached to a saturated carbon in ring system. That saturated carbon atom is considered to ring residue. This is a 1 RR, ring residue. And this is also saturated carbon atom. The saturated carbon atom directly attached to unsaturated end of carbon. This is also considered to ring residue. So in this case, 2 ring residues as 2 RRs. For each ring residue take a plus 5 nanometer addition, plus 5 nanometer addition. Next, in this case, this is unsaturated carbon, this is also unsaturated carbon, unsaturated carbon, unsaturated carbon. The saturated carbon directly attached to unsaturated end, this is considered to ring residue. This is also saturated carbon directly attached to unsaturated ring residue. And this is also saturated carbon atom directly attached to ring unsaturated end. This is also considered to ring residue. In this case, we have to take 3 ring residues for calculation. 3 ring residues. And the next case. In this example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 unsaturated carbons. So this is a saturated carbon directly attached to unsaturated ring residue. Saturated carbon directly attached to unsaturated and ring residue. And this side, this is unsaturated carbon, this is saturated carbon. We have to take this one also, ring residue 3. And we have to take this one also, ring residue. Total ring residues are 4 ring residues. Each ring residue we have to take plus 5 nanometers. This is the information of ring residue. Next, let us see hexocyclic double bonds. Now let's see third one. Third addition is exocyclic double bond. Exocyclic double bonds. The exocyclic double bonds present in only cyclic dienes, but the cyclic diene have a double bond must present at outside of the ring. That outside of a ring double bond with a conjugation. The outside of double bond is known as exocyclic double bond. In this case, exocyclic exocyclic double bond ECD. And in a heteroannular diene, let us consider this is a ring 1, this is a ring 2. Ring 2 have outside a double bond. This is a double bond present at outside of a ring 2. The double bond is conjugated with a ring 1 double bond. So the double bond let me consider to take exocyclic double bond, that is 1 ECD. Each exocyclic double bond we have to take plus 5 nanometers addition. Let's take a third case. This is a homoannular. The homoannular have like. In this case, let me consider same ring 1, ring 2. Ring 1 have 2 exocyclic double bonds, but ring 2 have, there is no exocyclic double bond. In the view of ring 1, the exocyclic double bond conjugated with a ring 1 double bond, but the exocyclic double bond, there is no conjugation with the exocyclic double bond, there is no conjugation of ring 1 double bond. But this is conjugated with a ring 2 double bond. So that's why let's take totally 2 exocyclic double bonds ECD. This is directly conjugation with the ring 1. This is indirectly conjugation with the ring 1 because of the second exocyclic double bond, first conjugation with this one, and this is conjugation with ring 1 double bond. So that's why we have to take 2 exocyclic double bonds present in this ring. And next, finally, let's take extended conjugation. Extended conjugation means, we already know diene means 2 double bonds. For example, any double bond which is increases, conjugation of a diene is said to be extended conjugation. Each extended conjugation, let's take plus 30 nanometers addition. So just we consider this one only our diene. The addition double bond, the excess double bond, conjugation with our diene, the excess double bond is considered to take extended conjugation, EC. One this is having one EC, that's why let's take a plus 30 nanometers. For example, let's take another diene. This is looks like, just we consider this is only for our diene. These two double bonds increases conjugation of our diene. So let me consider to take these two double bonds are extended conjugations, 2EC, E for each EC. Let's take a plus 30 here, addition plus 60 nanometers, here addition plus 30 nanometers. And finally polar groups, fifth one, polar groups. For each halogen atoms directly attached to conjugated system, for each halogen atom plus, let's take a plus 5 nanometers. For each OH group, for example, OH group is directly attached to conjugated system, let's take a plus 5 nanometers. For each alkoxy group, alkoxy means OR group, let's take a plus 6 nanometers. These are polar groups additions. This is a total information of empirical rules of Woodward-Fisher rules. These empirical rules useful to calculation of lambda max values of different types of dienes. So Woodward-Fisher rules having two empirical rules. First one base value, second one addition. Base value have two types of base values, cyclic and acyclic. Cyclics are two types, homoannular and heteroannular. Acyclic is only one type, that is having a 217 nanometers. In additions, we have 5 types of additions. First one is alkyl substituents, second one ring residues, third one extended exocyclic double bonds, and fourth one extended conjugation, and fifth one polar groups. Based on this, we have to calculate lambda max values of different types of dienes. Let me see. Now let us see calculations. First example, CH3, 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 CH3. In this case, let me consider to take first one base. Base is a acyclic diene. Base value for acyclic diene. Acyclic diene. This is the format. Acyclic diene is 217 nanometers. Next, additions. Just we have to follow additions. Here only we have alkyl substituents. 4 alkyl substituents directly attached to conjugated system. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 alkyl substituents directly attached to conjugated system. Now let us see, for each alkyl substituent plus 5, total 4 into 5 gives rise to plus 20 nanometers. Plus 20 nanometers. Result, lambda max is 237 nanometers. Just we have to write clearly 4 alkyl substituent for each plus 5. Result, 4 into 5 gives rise to plus 20. This is the first example. Let us see second example. Let me consider to take a cyclic diene like this is one CH3 and this is one polar group Cl. In this case, the base parent is base value for diene is cyclic homoannular. Base value for homoannular diene is 253 nanometers. 253 nanometers. Next additions, we have one alkyl substituent. For each alkyl substituent, let's take a plus 5 nanometer. After alkyl substituent, we have to take a ring residues. In this ring, have two ring residues. Each ring residue have a plus 5 nanometer. Let's take a plus 10 nanometer for ring residues. And next, there is no exocyclic double bond and there is no extended conjugation, but we have one polar group that is directly attached to conjugated system. So one chlorine result plus 5 nanometer. Totally, lambda max for this 273 nanometers. 273. This is lambda max value for this diene. And let us see another examples. Now let us see another example, that is third one, heteroannular diene. This is one alkyl substituent and this is one OH group. Now let's take base value for heteroannular diene. Diene is 214 nanometers. This is a base value. Next, let us see additions. First addition is alkyl substituent. For each alkyl, one alkyl substituent is present. For one alkyl substituent, let's take a plus 5 nanometer. And the next ring residues, let me consider to take a ring residue, one ring residue and the second ring residue and third ring residue. Three ring residues, let's take a plus 15 nanometers. And the next one exocyclic double bond. In the view of first ring, 1, 2, in the view of first ring have a outside of double bond, that is a must with conjugation of first ring double bond. So the second ring bond is considered to take exocyclic double bond. One exocyclic double bond, one ECD, let's take a plus 5 nanometers. In this case, there is no extended conjugation because we have only two double bonds. And the next one, polar groups. One OH group is directly attached to conjugated system. Let's take a plus 5 nanometers. So totally 247 nanometers. Lambda max is 247 nanometers. Next.